In baseball, relief pitchers often display the greatest velocity and most unhittable breaking balls. Every team has relievers throwing 100 plus miles per hour, and the best teams require dominant closers to put away an opposing team in the final innings of the game.
The 2-2.
He struck him out, and the ball game is over.
Relief pitchers are incredibly valuable and consistently pitch under high-stress conditions when the game is on the line. Dominant closers require mental fortitude and an ability to pitch their best when the pressure is at its highest, but relievers play less than other pitchers. In today's game, it is uncommon for a closer to exceed 75 innings, and they almost never reach 100 innings. That makes it difficult for relievers to make the impact necessary to receive Cy Young consideration. In fact, there are only 9 instances in which a relief pitcher won a Cy Young award, and no reliever has won since Gagne in 2003. This season, Edwin Diaz and Emmanuel Clase are turning in impressive seasons. So far, Clase has been the best reliever in the American League, with a 1.29 ERA in 69.2 innings, 74 strikeouts, and 31 saves. Diaz has been the standout reliever in the National League, with a 1.52 ERA in 53.1 innings, with 29 saves and an impressive 101 strikeouts, which makes for a 17 strikeouts per 9 innings figure. As impressive as Diaz and Clase have been this year, it is highly improbable that either pitcher will win a Cy Young award, which is given to the best pitcher in each league. What does it take for a reliever to win a Cy Young? The last one to do it was Gagne in 2003. Gagne pitched 82 1/3 innings with a 1.20 ERA. He had 137 strikeouts and 55 saves. Perhaps the most impressive statistic for Gagne is that Gagne was 55 for 55 in save opportunities.
Got him.
That's 0 blown saves. Before Gagne, the last reliever to win was Dennis Eckersley in 1992. That season, Eckersley had a 1.91 ERA in 80 innings, with 93 strikeouts and 51 saves. Eckersley didn't just win Cy Young that season, but also the American League MVP award. Willie Hernandez and Rollie Fingers also won MVP and Cy Young awards in the 80s. 4 of the 9 relief pitchers that won a Cy Young pitched more than 100 innings, including Mike Marshall, who pitched a starter-like 208 innings when he won the Cy Young in 1974. But an examination of these pitchers is different today. The harsh reality is that under an application of advanced analytics and modern trends, it is unlikely that any of the aforementioned relievers would have won their Cy Young award if the current baseball voters had been voting, and those who won an MVP would probably miss out by a long way if there was a revote today. Consider the top 5 seasons by relief pitchers according to WAR. None of the top 5 seasons resulted in a Cy Young award. Moreover, each of the 5 WAR seasons by relievers included more than 100 innings, and 3 of the 5 exceeded 140 innings. This is significant because the best relief pitchers in today's game do not reach 100 innings. More frequently, elite relievers finish a season between 60 and 80 innings. As a result, relief pitchers today cannot make the statistical impact necessary to justify Cy Young votes. The fewer innings pitched also explains why the top 5 WAR seasons by relievers come before 1988. Since 1988, the best seasons by relief pitchers by WAR are as follows. Since 1988, no relief pitcher has exceeded a WAR of 5. Despite pitching fewer innings, WAR for pitchers attempts to give relievers who pitch in higher leverage spots more credit by adjusting for leverage. For example, Baseball Reference attempts to adjust WAR for relievers that consistently face high leverage situations. But do modern measurements and baseball voters give enough credit to relievers? Last season, Josh Hader was unhittable, with a 1.23 ERA in 58.2 innings, with 102 strikeouts. Hitting off Hader last year was virtually impossible, but he didn't receive any votes for the National League Cy Young. This means that none of the 30 voters put Hader in their top 5 candidates for the NL Cy Young. In the American League, Lim Hendrix finished 8th in the Cy Young voting. higher than any other AL reliever by receiving one third-place vote and one fifth-place vote. In one of the best seasons by a reliever of all time, Zach Britton finished 4th in the AL Cy Young voting in 2016. That season, Britton finished with a .54 ERA in 67 innings. He struck out 74 batters, had 47 saves, with a WAR of 4.1. Britton's 4th-place Cy Young finish is especially discouraging for relievers because none of the starters who finished above Britton had an ERA under 3. What would it take for a relief pitcher to win a Cy Young award today? In 2003, Eric Gagne received 28 of the 32 first-place votes for the Cy Young, but considering the relatively new statistic of WAR, it is unclear whether Gagne would beat out the second-place Jason Schmidt or third-place Mark Pryor for Cy Young by today's standards. However, one major factor that pushed Gagne's Cy Young campaign was his streak without a blown save, which lasted for 84 save opportunities between 2002 and 2004, with 55 of those saves in 2003. No other reliever before Gagne had more saves in a season without a blown save. Gagne also tied the National League save record at that time, which was later broken by Francisco Rodriguez. Like Gagne, it seems that a modern reliever would need to break records to gain meaningful momentum for a Cy Young challenge. In addition, a modern reliever would need the competition from starting pitchers to be more reasonable. It's impossible for a reliever to challenge a dominant starter in a stat like WAR, unless the top starting pitchers are less dominant than recent Cy Young winners. Perhaps the game will change in the future, with more emphasis on long relief pitchers and less reliance on starters. But under the current rules and trends, it seems highly unlikely that a relief pitcher can win a Cy Young award. The Cy Young award is given annually to the best pitcher in each league. Could a reliever be the best pitcher in a league? In 2019, Mariano Rivera became the first player to be voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame by unanimous vote. Rivera is widely considered to be the greatest closer of all time, but despite that recognition, even Rivera never won a Cy Young award. He had 3 top 3 finishes and 4 top 5 finishes, but he was never considered to be the best pitcher in the American League. In today's game, it is difficult to see a reliever winning a Cy Young award. Elite relief pitchers typically pitch under 75 innings. Relievers just don't pitch as many innings as they used to. Starters are going sub-2, and popular data does not support the relievers having the kind of value and impact as starters. In the last several years, relievers have received occasional votes for Cy Young consideration, but have come nowhere close to actually winning. The reality is, unless the game changes drastically, we probably won't see a reliever win a Cy Young award for a very long time. Let me know in the comments if you think that relief pitchers deserve more Cy Young consideration, and who do you think is the best reliever in today's game? Thanks for watching.